Jesus, it's too long since I've touched this game. Yeah, I'd say expert roulette's a good way to get back into the swing of things after months of not playing this game. Wait. That was faster than I expected, honestly. Ugh, this dungeon. I'm trying to make this quick. Jesus, I'm so used to playing for going out slow with GCD is. I seem to still have a bit of my muscle memory intact at least, so that's something. The design of this thing still flips me the fuck out, not even gonna lie. Who thought this was a good idea? view up here. Honestly, I'm surprised they put in that much effort for a part of the dungeon you will never go. Fire away. He'll be fine. Yeah, I'm definitely still in the swing of things. Muscle memory is still absolutely intact. Figured I'd be a bit rustier after such a long time of not playing. This one's a bit quicker. any of this shit. Oh, hey. I was wondering when someone was gonna pop by. Ugly little critter, isn't he? Yeah, we'll give it a Z. And I got 2 commendations out of that run, too. Yeah, I'd say that's a good point to say I've got muscle memory back, so let's see. Hold on. Did the house end up moving? Oh no, it's still in the same spot. I just got warped weird. Next main scenario quest is one door closes at Megaduda, so Razadon. Go faster. Oh, she's still a tiny little baby dragon. Razadon, home. Roshan has a message from Charlian. Ah, Kaori, one of my clerks was just here with a message for you. The students of Baldessian request your presence in Charlian at your earliest convenience. Indebted as I am to your friends, I'd hope that I too might be of service, but it is you alone that they require. Aw, poor baby. If you've no pressing business, pray make your way to the Baldessian annex at once. Ojiko awaits your arrival. Oh, the little, stupid fucker from Eureka. Or was it his twin? I can't remember. I just know they look similar. That they're somewhat related. In the meantime, I shall continue showing us Jaya the city. From notable landmarks to the people's lives, there is still much more for her to see. Farewell for now, my friend. I look forward to the day we set forth on another adventure together. Alrighty, so the Baldessian Annex is the little hotel in Charlian, if I remember correctly. This way. A warm and hearty welcome to you, Kaori. I gather you received our message? Please wait here while I fetch Kral and Graha. God, it's been 10 years and they're still using that same music from A Realm Reborn. Thank you for coming on such short notice. And forgive us for sending for you so soon after your trials in the void. Now then, we aren't actually the ones who require your presence, but Aaronville. Oh, Bunny Boy. He stopped by recently, you see, and asked us to reach out to you on his behalf. I imagine you're surprised as we are, given that he was supposed to be away on a long expedition. Something must have necessitated a change in his plans. All he would tell me is that there's someone whom he wishes Kaori to meet. He also mentioned that he would be tending to business at the studio. Shall we look for him there? Silent protagonist nod. Oh, did Zenjika change his hair? I don't remember him having that hairstyle. I thought he had more of like the Hime cut look. You know, it sounds like this I'd really appreciate if mounts were usable inside towns, because this is just absolutely absurd, and it's something we put up with for over a decade at this point. The other MMO has the option, I'm not sure why this one doesn't. Aaronville's early return likely has something to do with this visitor. Who could it be, I wonder? Now then, where is Aaronville?
Apologies for the wait. I hope I haven't called you away from anything important.
There's been no content in months. There is nothing important for you to track us away from.
I chanced upon some commissioned items at my destination, so I thought I might deliver them.
Where did you go, if I may ask?
Tyrol, clearly.
The New World. Tural.
You went to Tural? Then the person who you wish to introduce...
Aye, she hails from there. I present to you...
Where is she?
But it seems you've lost her.
Did she wander off?
There's Roth Mommy.
Sorry. It's just so different here. I can't help but want to explore.
I'm sorry, is that a Reth accent?
Well, while you were exploring, your candidate came to us. This is him. The adventurer you crossed the seas to meet.
Ooh, you weren't exaggerating. It's plain he's no ordinary man. I'm Uklamat, claimant to the throne of Tulihuela.
Tulihuela.
Capital city of...
It's Tural's governing nation.
Yeah.
The capital bears the same name.
I'll get to the point. I want you to come with me to my homeland.
Given the magnitude of the request, perhaps you should explain why you're making it?
Of course. Soon, an event of great import will be held in Tural. The right of succession, taking the form of a contest. It will determine who next ascends the throne. As daughter to its present keeper, I will participate. And I have every intention of winning.
I'm going to assume you're adopted, since the current king of Tuliolal is a, crap, what are they called again? A Mamuya?
I was searching for champions to join me when Erenville told me about you. A mighty warrior who knows no fear, who sweeps aside terrible fiends as if they were reeds, who flew to the edge of existence and saved our star.
What all have you
She
told
asked
her?
who Eorzea's greatest hero was, and so I told her. Much more elegantly, I might add.
Not gonna lie, the Femroths have a really good design. Like, the male Rothgar are actually kind of disappointing in comparison.
Now you know why. You'll come to Tural, yes?
Wait, let's all just slow down. Wooklamat, was it? You claim to be of the royal family, but is it not the Mamulja who rule in Tural?
Tulihuela is a nation of many peoples. Not only the Mamulja, as some across the seas are quick to assume. That said, its present ruler is a Mamulja, and one blessed with two heads besides.
Gulu Jaja, the current emperor.
He's also my father. Not by blood, obviously, but he raised me as his own, and that's what matters.
I assumed as much.
So that is the way of it. My apologies if I was indelicate.
Hardly. I know little about your land, and nothing about your parentage. But in my eagerness, I've gotten ahead of myself. I can't expect you to agree on the spot when we've only just met.
I really love the way her face is rendered. Why can't male Rothgar
If you have any
faces
questions,
that cute?
I'll do my best to answer them. Just know, though, that if it's adventure you seek, you could do far worse than come with me. Now, this is only a rumor. But apparently, the contest will involve the fabled city of gold and the legendary beast, Valyarmanda. Tell me that doesn't pique your interest.
The Ice Lightning Fire summon from FF6. You have my complete attention.
going to get along, you and I. Tural has no shortage of unexplored frontiers and deadly fiends. You'll never want for excitement, I promise you.
I advise you not to put much store by these rumors. Golden cities are not but a dreamer's fancy.
From what I'm going to assume, it's more allegorical than literal.
Says the dreamer who was bent on finding one when he was a child. Just because you failed doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
I think you struck a
To
nerve there.
Yolal and the Golden City. Just like in the letter to Grandfather.
Regardless of what the contest may entail, it'll be no simple thing. If I'm to triumph, I'll need capable and dependable companions. So let's go on a hunt together. There's no better way to get acquainted.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of love the fact that they gave her a turban. It's actually not really common knowledge that a lot of indigenous communities actually did have turbans, mine included. So the fact they actually incorporated that into her design is a bit of a bonus. That's the long and short of it. At the very least, I ask that you go on this hunt of hers and take your measure for yourself. A journey to Tyrol. What does she gotta say? So, where to for our hunt? The stronger the prey, the better. The game is afoot. Rohatia appears equal parts bewildered and excited. The chance to see not only Tyrol, but the fabled Golden City besides. This is the stuff of grand adventures, my friend. Which is not to say you should hastily accept this invitation, Mons. There's still a great deal we do not know. So let us begin to rectify that by first getting acquainted with our visitor in the manner she suggests. I'm not certain what might be a suitable occasion for her hunt, however. When I was at the guild earlier, I learned about a petition from researchers on the Isle of Ham. You went there not long ago and culled some unruly fauna, of course, but according to recent reports, other ordinarily docile fauna have grown savage. It's believed that they've been unsettled by some manner of predator, and so the researchers seek assistance with identifying and dispatching it. As part of your hunt, perhaps you might answer the petition? The isle isn't far, and we would also be helping those in need. That works for me. Just so you know, I've honed my skills against some of the fiercest beasts in Tyrol. Whatever this creature is, it had better be able to put up a proper fight, or it'll end before we have the chance to get acquainted. Before we can prove ourselves capable and dependable companions. My apologies, but I must see to some preparations. Pray, go on ahead to the isle, and I will join you as soon as possible. You're gonna go pick up your Pictomancer job, Crystal, aren't you, hon? If the rest of you are ready, let us head to the harbor. This being guild ship business, it should be simple enough to secure a vessel. And where to? Okay, so just straight to the harbor. Just so much stuff I haven't even unlocked over there. I'll have to check that out a bit later. What quest does he have that I'm locked off from? Okay, so it's just one of those crafting quest lines. I don't craft at all, so not my cup of tea. We had the loan of a ship from one of the captains, a cheery fellow. I can operate the vessel so we don't need to trouble him to take us. Kral was acting a little strange, don't you think? This is just a simple hunt. I wonder what preparations she needs to make. So we have to take a ship? Ugh, and I've barely set foot on dry land. Oh well, I suppose it's for a good cause. A hunt! Come on, let's get going. Oh, it's one of those long-ass cutscene segments.
From here, we must walk.
Work for
So
her.
much ice. It rivals even Yoktural.
Yoktural, that's the northern continent.
Oh, a white bear. I wonder what it tastes like.
You cannot eat the fucking bear.
Remember, we're here to deal with creatures that have been deemed an unacceptable danger. Do not attack anything else unprovoked.
I know. I know. So this is the isle where ether literally bursts forth.
Aye, the Isle of Ham. The geysers lie deep inland, however.
You really are knowledgeable. Kona told me nothing about this place.
Koana? Who's she?
I doubt your brother managed to come out this
Oh.
way. He's like to have toured facilities like Labyrinthos, however.
The great big cavern under the city. It's amazing that they could make a sky down there complete with a sun.
This brother of yours, he has been to Sharlayan.
He has. Kona's my second older brother. And until recently, he was a student in the city. He went on and on about technological amusements. He made me want to come here too one day. And so I did. I think I understood something of how he felt when I set foot in his beloved studium.
Jesus, the fur textures on her face are so much better than anything the current races have.
He went to the studio. Your brother must be quite a scholar. But I wonder, like you, he'd be royalty, yes? With such a personage coming to Sharlayan to receive an education would surely have caused a stir, yet I recall nothing of the sort.
He consulted with the head of the studium beforehand, that his identity might remain secret.
That's fair.
Being Mikote, he had no trouble blending in. He's adopted like me, you see.
Ah, another indigenous Mikote. Happy to see.
One time, though, he almost let it slip to a professor. It was all he could do to parry the barrage of questions.
Having no shortage of questions myself, I can imagine.
Ask whatever you like. I don't mind. But I maintain hunting together is the best way to get to know someone.
The researchers should be up ahead. Let's find them and learn what we can.
So where to?
The researchers should be just ahead. There. The building to the northeast.
So, ordinarily harmless creatures have grown savage.
Don't know what's got them riled up, but I'll take down any that thinks to try me.
Jesus, she just rushed right in there. No hesitation.
Right, let's fight our fill.
She's absolutely Leroy Jenkins in that shit. Alright, let's keep moving. Might as well link
Look,
Dance Club to her.
Someone's in trouble.
Yeah, taste my axe.
She just gives
Animals are
absolutely
usually
zero
so
fucks.
docile.
The Park Surveyor? Oh, thank goodness you've come. I take it you're the one who answered our petition. Wait, aren't you? You are! Kari, the adventurer saved our star! Would that our meeting was under better circumstances. I was conducting a routine inspection of the transporter here when I suddenly found myself surrounded. You'll find more of the same across the chasm, once docile animals grown strangely aggressive. My colleagues there can tell you more. If you'll give me just a moment, I can finish checking our equipment.
You really are famous.
Well, 10 years of bullshit
And for
will
good
do
reason, as you'll soon see for yourself.
that. Should be safe to cross now?
Quite an interesting contraption you've got here.
Is that our petitioner? Let's go and have a chat.
Speak with the concerned researcher. Distressed researcher, what's he got to say? If you've come to answer the petition, you should speak with my colleague here. Did they really put you here just to say that? The adventurer came to answer my petition, I presume. We're most fortunate to have one of your considerable skill here to aid us. A creature of unknown origins has been sighted on the island in recent days, and we believe its presence has affected the local fauna. The animals beyond this gate are the worst affected we've encountered thus far, though we dare not go back. Oh, we're actually getting to go beyond this gate here? This entire segment of the dungeon was locked off in the actual dungeon. Your task is to quell any threats you find and search for traces of the beast responsible for all of this. If you should find anything at all, we would be most grateful if you would share it with us. Let's get started. She really does just rush in there with no thought, doesn't she? Oh, she just fucked him up.
Is that all? Come on, let's pick up the creature's trail.
Beast carcass. What have we here? Struck down defending his territory, most like. You find ravaged beast remains, torn to shreds by sharp talons.
These claw marks. I've seen their like before. It's starting to feel like a proper hunt.
Tattered plumage. You find feathers are scattered about the ground. There are signs of a fierce struggle.
Feathers. But did they belong to the predator or the prey?
So, how do you prefer our prey? Roasted or raw?
Honey.
You presume it's even safe to eat?
Honestly, I like her already. I think we should pick flowers in Bill. It's relaxing. Animal. Oh, great. A big pile of animal shit here in the corner. The cloying stench of fresh leavings assails your nostrils. Whatever beast left them is likely still close by.
Still fresh. Whatever this beast, it cannot be far.
Yako and Hornbill. And a troll.
Who knows? If they're spoiling for a fight, then hey, got one.
I'm so glad this woman's becoming a mainstay of the next season. I already adore her.
Let's head back and report what we found.
I know it's a bit early. You said the beast is close. Even so, we should speak with the researchers first. I know it's a bit early to start assuming or making theories, but a lot of these animals are acting like they're exposed to mist. As it is in FF9 anyway, which is... And I feel like that's intentional. Where is she going? I love her eyes.
Powerful wings and razor-sharp talons. Worthy prey.
That's a toucan.
What is that thing?
That is a good question. That's a huge-ass colibri.
It speaks?
It's a colibri, of course it does. It's a mimic. Well, mimicking human speech, not mimic as in the treasure chest critter.
It's heading towards the falls.
I'll stay with the researchers. The creature, I leave to you.
Come, Roulettes.
Right.
Her teeth are pretty great, not gonna lie. I love having played characters with cute little fangs. You're just gonna drop it there? Okay.
Just so we're clear, I wasn't startled by the beast earlier. It caught me by surprise, that's all.
Forgive me, but I failed to see a difference.
Oof.
I'm getting hungry. Let's be done with this so we can eat.
She kinda reminds me of an older version of Ochette from Octopath. Is there grass growing out of its beak?
Think you're clever, huh? I'll rip off that beak and roast you on a spit!
See the giant colibri? Let's link dance partner up with her. Oh. There we go. Good to go. Wait for 10 seconds just to make sure the buffs line up a bit better. Go.
Talk all you like, Bird. I'm going to have the last laugh. Oh, I'm going to enjoy sinking my teeth into you. Shut up already, you blasted bird!
It's a zoo! More of those FF9 references coming in. Pecking flurry.
Look out!
I've never seen such an enormous colibri.
Sticky spit.
Not good.
Shit.
Gather together.
That's gross.
I've got you.
Did she just home getting us out of the AoE?
Steady now.
Wind unbound.
Spread out, everyone.
Curling flapping. Oh shit!
You paid for that.
You broke my burst window, you piece of shit.
Thank you.
Ruffling of feathers. Oh, it's one of those bosses. It's soft and raging. You have to die quick.
That was hardly a tickle. Try this.
Honey, you're a tank. Why are you using DPS limit breaks?
We have you now, you loudmouth bastards!
Throw everything you have at it.
Wind unbound. She has to do the thing again. No, knockback at the moment, at least. Done.
And I had barely limbered up.
She's shaking.
It was a terrible foe, but no match for your axe.
Only to be expected.
She's putting on
You were
airs.
pretty impressive yourselves. I was right to invite you on a hunt.
The colibri's still alive.
But what a curious bird that was. Though we have similar in Tural, they don't grow so big or use such dirty tricks.
You're not gonna alert her to the danger?
Aye, dirty and despicable. Otherwise, I could have easily...
Took you long enough to process that.
Leave this to me.
There we go. Pictomancer stuff.
Cryo.
I am terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
The shorter coat really suits her.
She arrived as I was seeing the researchers to safety. It was all I could do to keep up with her after I explained what happened.
So this is what you meant by seeing to preparations?
After hearing of the contest, I thought how wonderful it would be to join you. In coming here, I wanted to demonstrate my skill at arms to Wooklamat. Alas, it seems I missed most of the action.
That was amazing! The piece didn't stand a chance!
I'm glad to have been of service.
May I ask what inspired this change?
I mean, she's been relegated to the sidelines for 10 years. It's about time she got to see some action for once.
You will recall the time you descended to the ethereal sea in search of Heidelin.
The, Itioscope, yeah.
Recognizing that my skills were inadequate, I chose to provide support from afar, rather than join you. It was the same when you set forth for Ultima Thule. How it pained me to stay behind, again and again. That's what inspired this change. Ever since the final days were averted, I've used every spare moment to hone my craft.
Oh, you got little, glass bottles of paint there at your hip, and they're actually got a really good transparency effect on them.
As you all have adapted your methods to suit the circumstances, I started by considering how I might best contribute. And after much deliberation, I arrived at my answer.
Even the paint textures look nice. Spriggan.
With the esoteric art passed down by the legendary Archon realm, Pictomancy.
Oh, so they're just gonna name drop the character from 6, I see.
As I recall, you have embraced versatility to effectively complement a certain someone's style. What I do is much the same. Like you, I don't want to be left behind.
Indeed. I must say, you appear to be especially keen on being involved in the ritual of succession. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, there is. This letter from Tuli Yolal. It was addressed to my grandfather Galuf, and turned up among the students' archives. The ink was faded, so I couldn't fully make out the sender's name. Galul, someone.
Galul Jaja, the current emperor.
Jaja. Gulul Jaja. That's my father, the Dawn servant. What does the letter say?
While much of it isn't legible, it appears to be a request to investigate the Golden City.
A request to investigate the Golden City? From the Dawn Servant himself?
That has dark meaning if the people of Tuliolal don't even know what it is.
Well, well. Seems it may be more than a rumor after all.
Your fabled Golden City is a cyberpunk dystopia.
Being a member of the royal family, it was my hope that you could confirm the authenticity of this letter.
I can say for a fact that my father didn't write this.
Oh shit. Who would forge it
Given
then?
how culturally diverse Tuliolal is, it was decided some time ago that a common language was needed. But instead of elevating an existing tongue and its speakers above all others, we looked to those widely spoken overseas and created an altogether new one. The similarities to your common tongue also make it quite easy to communicate in these situations, no? This letter, however, is entirely in Eorzean. If Father had written this, he would have been in Turali. And what's more, it bears a wax seal. We don't bother with them.
So it's a forgery.
So the letter is fraudulent, then?
Oh, I didn't mean to say that. My father's signature is genuine, as far as I can tell, so perhaps he simply dictated it.
I see. Oh, thank you for the confirmation. It seems my grandfather indeed had dealings with Tuliolal.
So not a forgery as much as it was a proxy letter that he signed.
I can't help but be curious as to what exactly he was doing there. In order to help us decide on a course of action, would you mind if I asked you some questions about your home?
By all means. After all, learning about one another was the purpose of this hunt. We can talk while feasting on this fellow. I, for one, am starving.
Oh my god.
We're eating that.
Let's see what Carl has to say. Thanks to Wooklamot, we now know who sent the letter to grandfather, among other things. But many questions still remain. Uh-huh. I understand Kral's feelings all too well. The desire to do one's part. It can be daunting to try and keep up, but nothing will change unless we take the first step. Ah, what an exciting hunt that was. And now it's time to savor the reward. Where's the bird corpse? When I saw the bird's tongue, the only thing that came to mind was a hand of a panic goat. Apparently, flamingo tongues were considered a good eating weapon. Really? Why would you eat a flamingo tongue? That seems. Oh my god. That's terrifying. With the wildlife pacified and the researcher safe, our task is complete. That just leaves the matter of the colibri meat. For better or for worse, there's really only one place we can take it to here in Charlotte. We can take it to here in Charlian, the last stand. Come, let us see what Dickon can cook up for us. Word's hard. It's muscle with a large bulb of rich fat on the back. I mean, I guess, but... What about the rest of the bird? Eating only the tongue while leaving the rest of the bird behind does seem a bit wasteful. Well, no, there's a famished face if I've ever seen one. What can I get you, Curry? Oh ho! Bird meat from the hunt, you say? Leave it to me, I've just the recipe. It's a new dish I recently learned from some sailors. For you lot, it's on the house. Have as much as you like, you hear? I swear to God, if he ends up actually cooking the fucking colibri tongue, I'm going to lose it.
Come, come. Let's enjoy the bounty of our first outing together.
She's a fucking monster hunter character.
I'd heard that Charlayan cuisine was terrible, but this is fantastic.
You're thinking of Archon Loaf, hun. Now, Archon Loaf is a fucking tragedy.
What is this? Oh, it smells spicy.
Oh, come now. Since when did you become so soft? It's not like we don't have spicy food in Tural, too.
We're indigenous, honey. Spicy food is what we do. Eat! Eat! Eat the thing! Oh no.
According to Dickon, intensely hot dishes have become popular in Razadhan after a traveller ordered a curry with several times the usual amount of spice.
This is my fault!
So he started offering the same in order to please the growing Harnish population here in Charlian.
It's nothing I can't handle.
Your eyes are overflowing with water, honey. I think we broke the cat, Mom. I can't do this. Oh God, I need to breathe. Shit. I once had curry that was so spicy my lips turned purple. Still clean my plate. That sounds horrible. And she's still fucking going.
Your boorish manners reflect poorly on the both of us. I wish you would consider your station.
I swear, sometimes it feels like you open your mouth only to criticize.
God damn that clapback.
Would I be correct in assuming you've known each other for a long time?
Aye, thick as thieves since we were little.
I beg to differ. She is a long-standing acquaintance. Nothing more.
Methinks the bunny boy doth protest too much.
I see. I see.
Tsundere
All this
City.
time you were from Tural. Oh, would that I had known sooner. There's so much I'd like to ask.
You and everyone else. I've kept it quiet so as to avoid the endless interrogations.
Well, if he's going to be a miser, I'll be happy to tell you about our homeland instead.
I mean, in my own personal headcanon, my player character is from Tyrol, so this, as far as headcanon stuff goes, this is stuff my PC already knows.
Since ancient times, many peoples have called Tural home, and they've been fighting each other for nearly as long.
Finally, some indigenous rep.
The fighting finally stopped some 80 years ago, when the reigning Dawn Servant unified the disparate communities and founded a new nation.
And that's how Tuliolal came to be.
Since then, we've enjoyed an era of uninterrupted peace. But my father is getting old, and he wishes to relinquish the throne to a worthy successor. One who can preserve his legacy. Including myself, there are 4 claimants to the throne. But while we all have the right to participate, one among us cannot be allowed to rule.
I'm going to guess that the person that she's talking about is the Kuja analog for this expansion. The place where I got the super spicy plate closed down and I was never able to find another place as good. I always hate it when good places get shut down. There was a steakhouse back home in Kentucky that I used to go to all the time, and I loved their catfish. It got closed out for a pawn shop, and I was so fucking mad.
A man who is too ambitious by half.
So he is the Kuja analog.
Word of the Garlean Empire's collapse has reached Tural. While most are simply relieved, he sees weakness to exploit and would lead our armies across the seas on a campaign of conquest.
I'm going to wager that he's the one responsible for the bullshit that happens in the next expansion.
After everything my father has done to give us peace, he would drag us back into war.
His name is Kuja, isn't it?
I can't allow it. No matter what, I must win this contest.
I understand your reasons. But this being an event that will dictate the course of your nation's future, is it appropriate for outsiders like us to be involved?
I mean, again, I'm not an outsider. Tyrol is my home.
Oh, it's more than appropriate. The Dawn Servant himself expressly encourages it. The ruler of Tural must navigate the intricacies of myriad cultures, and there's no better way to prove oneself qualified to do so than to work with foreign allies. That's why I sought you out. Through our hunt, I've confirmed that you're a warrior of considerable skill, but more importantly, one of good character as well. And so I ask you, will you lend me your strength and help me win the throne of Tulihualal?
And prevent the FF9 villain reference from plunging the world into chaos? Hell yeah, bitch!
You don't need to decide right this moment. But I will need you if I'm to triumph over the competition. I'll stay here as long as I can while waiting for your answer.
In that case, allow us to prepare a room for you at the Baldessian Annex.
Where she
That's
will be
very
staying for the
kind
next
of you.
2.5 months. God, Dawn Trail can't get here quick enough.
Oh, and one more thing. Once we finish eating, would you mind if I took the rest of the meat?
Oh, good lord. It is a really good game. Like, it's gotten to the point now where you can basically treat it as a single-player RPG for most content, so you don't have to group up for everything. So if you just want to experience like the main story through line, it's really easy to just solo the entire thing. For the most part, anyway. Judging by Wilclamont's reaction, it appears Tyroli cuisine isn't excessively fiery. Whether Wilclamont has the makings of a ruler, I couldn't say, but I do know that she deeply cares for her nation and her people. Whether you choose to help her, though, is for you and you alone to decide. Think on it well. Now then, it's past time we reported our mission success to the guild ship. I would have done so sooner, except Her Highness needed to have her royal meal. I shall come by the annex later. Till then. Take that. Ah, fuck! Inventory. Definitely gonna need to clean this shit out before we go into Dawn Trail. I'm gonna dedicate an entire day to that, aren't I? What you gotta say? The coming dawn. Grohatia is mulling over what you have learned of Wuklamot and her plan. Well, I dare say we now have a fair grasp of Wuklamot's situation. Still, you've been afforded time to consider her invitation. Why not use it to learn more about Tyrol? Numenon is bound to have some information on the continent. Just the thought of burying myself in books is making me feel sleepy. We're talking about mysterious lands and unknown wonders here. I'm confident we'll find reports so thrilling to drive any thoughts of napping from your mind. Come, my friend, let us be off to the archives. And the Numenon is far left. Oh my god. Don't think I will ever forgive the devs for making mounts inaccessible in capital cities. It is just such a drag for no reason. Good thing I'm a dancer main and I have a speed up bonus right here. What you waiting on, hun? Is your name seriously Beavis? I went to the wrong fucking building. I'm an absolute dipshit. A total weenus. Jesus Christ, this room is so... Blue-covered book. The origins of blue magic can be traced back to the esoteric practices of the Wallaki, a tribe of the distant continent of Tyrol. They're from, crap, what was the name of that segment? Yasulani? Shaloni! That's the name of their segment of the continent. Yasulani is the northern part of the northern continent. The tribe holds nature in the highest, and in seeking to cultivate a spiritual connection with it, they learn to harness the power of the wildlife around them. In exchange for teaching them the common tongue, I was permitted to live among them and train in their ways. Those days were some of the most grueling I remember, but they were tremendously rewarding. Okay, so this is a book, what's-his-face wrote, the job trainer for the Blue Mage quests. For instance, I had the privilege of visiting Lapis Canyon, the tribe's sacred grounds. It is so named for the cerulean deposit that wells up to the surface, turning the entire canyon a brilliant blue. And I'm gonna guess that's an actual landmark we're gonna get to see in Shaloni when we actually get to go there in Dawn Trail. Under a shaman's watchful eye, I finally managed to master the Wallachi's art and make the animal's powers my own. As no name exists for it in the common tongue, I took the liberty of naming it Blue Magic. The reason I chose this color, as you will have doubtlessly gleaned, is for the significance it holds to the Wallaki. I cannot think of a name more fitting to honor the people from whom this noble magic was born. What's Graha got to say? History, geography, botany, the public archives alone should suffice to provide a solid grounding on Tyrol. Unblemished book. It is impossible to adequately discuss Eorzean cuisine without speaking of that land from which many of our modern-day staples hail, the far western continent of Tyrol. You know, things like potatoes, corn, etc. Ogre pumpkins, ruby tomatoes, even the ubiquitous potato. Yep, called it right there. These crops are more that regularly grace the Orsian dining tables, trace their origins to the New World, as the place is known to most. The tale of this culinary immigration begins in the year 1498 of the 6th Astral Era, when a Luminsan sailor named Kettenrom successfully traversed the Indigo Deep to arrive at the theretofore unknown continent. That year does seem significant. Kettenrom spent several moons exploring inland, in the course of which he encountered the sprawling nation of Mamulja. He was even granted an audience with their supreme leader, whose confidence he won along with permission to roam freely. Kettenrom would return to Tyrol several times, but during his first expedition he charted the land and gathered myriad root vegetables and seeds to bring back to Libsalominsa. The most notable of these was the popoto, literally just the FF14 version of the fucking potato, whose ease of cultivation and nutritional value saw it quickly spread to all corners of Eorzea. Not gonna lie, potatoes are a pretty badass vegetable. Produce is far from the only bounty of Kettenrom's expeditions to Tyrol. Many tantalizing recipes such as the bean-filled burrito and gripping legends such as that of the Golden City reached our shores by the way of his ship. To those outside of Kettenrom's circle, Tyrol largely remains shrouded in mystery, yet its influence over cuisine cannot be overstated. Many scholars, myself included, would relish the chance to immerse themselves in the culinary culture of that faraway continent. Not gonna lie, it's making me pretty hungry too, and I literally just ate, like not even an hour ago. Flora and fauna of Tyrol. Every land has given rise to unique wildlife, and the continent of Tyrol is no exception. Yet while some of her creatures have become a familiar sight in Eorzea, many and more exist are rarely seen this side of the Indigo Deep. This tome introduces a select variety of species as described in the testimonies of sailors and adventurers. So I'm going to assume species like the axolotl, which was invented by the ancients of Elpis, this universe, alpaca, accustomed to Tyrol's craggy mountain regions, so the Uricapacha region, based on Peru. This four-legged beast has been domesticated for seemingly hundreds, if not thousands of years. Their soft white fleece is highly prized by weavers, while their strong legs and sure-footed make them capable beasts of burden. That is something alpacas are actually known for, is how good they are at traversing craggy mountains. The Vive? This ferocious scalekin is native to the dense jungles of Tyrol. The Mamulja has succeeded in taming them and utilized their prodigious strength for manual labor. Wait, the Mamulja tamed the Vive? Given their immense size and power, it should come as no surprise that the Vive is also employed as a siege beast. Enemy fortifications cannot long withstand this horned brute's rampage. Valigarmanda. Tyroli folklore holds that this bird-like creature is the mightiest of beasts and the very embodiment of nature's power. Whether it exists beyond myth, however, is uncertain. Well, considering it's most likely the level 93 trial in Uricapacha, when we actually get to go to Tyrol, then I'd say yes, it does exist. And last book, Leatherbound book. Lines in the Sand, the Geopolitics of Heidelin. Let us begin by comparing the geographical characteristics of three great continents and Tyrol. The former, for which stretches from east to west and lies entirely within the northern hemisphere. In contrast, the latter extends to the far reaches of both northern and southern hemispheres, and the difference immediately presents itself in the form of climate variance. Shifts in climate tend to be gentler when moving east and west, but harsher when moving from north and south. Owing to this fact, longitudinal migration is far more common in history, whether it be by men, animals, or plants. A case in point is the Alagons, who rose to power in Aldenar before advancing east into Ilsethard. Their movement will be mirrored thousands of years later by the Garleans. Well, both nations were founded by the same motherfucker, so that makes sense. Meanwhile, although the disparate tribes of Tyrol waged war with one another for generations, stymied by the climate, none could make any great headway north or south. Tribes hailing from frozen lands withered beneath the desert sun, while those that thrived in open plains could not pierce dense jungle. Such was the way of it, until the leader of the Mamulja succeeded in bringing the continent under one banner. Given the land's divided history and the reason thereof, one cannot help but be in awe of his feat. Truly, it is a testament to the autarch's greatness. Having perused a wide selection of books relating to Tyrol, you are somewhat better informed about your potential destination. Grahatia will be eager to know what you have discovered. Should you wish to read these books again, speak with the reference page. No, Gillois. Talk to me, kitty man. Scoured the library to your satisfaction, have you? Excellent. While there are a few books wholly dedicated to the subject of Tyrol, I dare say you found tidbits of useful information scattered here and there. But come, let's continue this outside. The mammoths do not take kindly to chatter. Oh yeah, we are kind of in a library, aren't we? Now then, I'm quite keen to hear your honest impressions. I couldn't help but notice that we read the very same book on cuisine. I was pleasantly surprised to find references to Tyrol within. Among them, did anything in particular pique your interest? Potatoes. I have a newfound appreciation for them. As have I. Despite having just enjoyed a hearty meal, I found myself craving potatoes. As they keep well, they were a boon to sailors, and it was that same property that allowed them to survive the voyage to Eorzea. The book also mentioned a method of preservation which sees potatoes repeatedly frozen and dried. The resultant product was apparently used in a stew by the people in mountainous regions. I should like to sample that dish one day, that and all the unique cuisines of that vast continent. That explains you eating the burrito in the trailer, at least. But moving on, did you perchance learn aught about the fauna of Tyrol? Given your adventuring background, I expect the topic would interest you. I learned about Valigarmanda. Now, why do I get the impression you're imagining pitting your skills against the foe base? Because it's a confirmed trial for the next expansion, maybe? Unfortunately, I found scant details on your would-be prey. One source simply described it as an enormous winged creature with scales as hard as steel that rules the skies. I would like to see it with my own eyes, presuming it even exists. I thought I heard familiar voices. The twins. Fancy running into the two of you here. Very well. Have some research of your own, do you? Aye, we hope to arm ourselves with knowledge that may benefit the Garlean people. Having forged a new trade agreement with Razathan, they will next look to foster relations with other nations. This includes former imperial provinces. In view of this, we hope to find hints in history on how neighbors of differing races and ideologies might engage with one another. And what of the two of you? What endeavor brings you here this day? A nation composed of the disparate peoples of Tyrol. I dare say this is precisely the kind of example we seek. We'd do well to read up on Tuliolal ourselves. The contest. Is Kaori the only one allowed to help Wilclamont? Of course she wants to fight. She's such a blood knot. There was no mention of such restrictions as I recall. On the contrary, Wilclamont gave us the impression that she could have several champions. Oh, she's got that glint in her eye. I think I know how to make the most of our respite. Follow me, Alphino. We have planning to do, of course. Alize, wait! would seem our plans have changed. If you'll excuse me. They never could rest on their laurels. Come, let us return to the annex. I can only imagine how much nicer this place is going to look when the graphics update goes through here in a couple months. Next objective is over by the Baldessian Annex. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of surprised at how meaty this patch story is. Usually the end of expansion patch stories aren't really all too long. It's like maybe one instance and like 45 minutes to an hour of cutscenes. This is actually kind of chunky. What you looking at? Seem preoccupado.
Oh, it's just... Despite all that we've learned, I can't help but feel we've yet to hear the whole story.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
What about you, my friend? Are you inclined to accept or refuse Worklamat's request?
Oh, it's a gay boyfriend's moment. We love these. I never say no to a new adventure.
Ha! I thought you might say that. With an intrepid attitude such as yours, I believe all shall be well. Be it the contest or something else, there will be many trials for you to overcome at your destination.
Emphasis on politics, given how many Rothgar are present in Tuligalal.
But in the course of seeing new lands and meeting new people, you'll surely find a way forward. That's what adventurers do, is it not? Such a journey would be the envy of many a scholar. Distant as it is, Tural remains largely unknown to us, with only meager records to be found in Numenon. The experiences to be had, all the things you might hear, feel, and think.
Oh, that callback.
It's enough to stir me to the core. Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
Hear, feel,
But
think.
what's important is to be true to yourself
The
as you
first three
walk it.
words ever said in the story.
Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
Hear, think,
Ah,
feel.
there's an idea.
The hear, think, feel headache.
I have a matter to attend to at the Agora. Please, go on inside. I will join you shortly.
The Agora, that's the auditorium, isn't it? I'm doing it. I'm thinking. Brain blast! Thangrid, you vanilla motherfucker. What are you doing now? Not enough feeling going on in the chat. You should probably feel harder. Don't read too much into that. That sounded worse than it was intended. Welcome back, Kaori. If you're looking for Wooklamont, she is currently with the others in her chambers. If you like, I can go and fetch them for you. Please do. Understood. Please wait in the main hall. Where's that exactly? Oh, so... Okay, that's... yeah. The waiting cast bar. Hello, kitty mommy. Oh my god, the text on that paper is so fucking blurry.
You have the look of someone who's made up their mind. Go on then. Let's hear it.
I wish to boldly go, well... And if everyone to turn down an adventure, I'll do it. I want to throw rings at
Excellent.
shit.
You'll be compensated for your troubles, of course. But I dare say your time in Tural will be its own reward.
You're not planning to leave without us, are you?
Of course she's fucking coming.
Alphino, Alice! What are you two doing here?
Barging in on our fun time.
We happened to cross paths at Numenon earlier, you see, and I told them about Wooklamont. And when we fortuitously met again at the Agora just now, they expressed an interest in meeting our visitor.
Ah, you must be the twins who are sneaking after Aaronville as toads.
He told you about that!
100 things about us you could have told her, and you chose that.
First impressions last.
The frog incident.
'Tis an honor and a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Your Highness. Alphino Leveilleur at your service, and this is my sister Alice.
You're being a bit too formal.
Oh no, let's not do that. I really can't stand titles. So, you want to participate in the contest too, is that right?
Indeed we do. We've been assisting with the rebuilding effort in Garlemald. Yet while progress is being made, the question remains of how the nation might reconcile with its neighbors.
I mean, they did a lot of imperialist shit, so that's gonna take a lot of fucking work.
We believe there is much we might learn from Tuliolal, a nation founded on unity. And in return for this honor, we would spare no effort in supporting your claim.
The more the merrier, I say. And I'd be keen to learn about Eorzea and Garlemald from you as well.
Having recruited so many committed and capable allies, I presume you have no need for my continued assistance?
You better come with us, bunny boy, or I'll strangle you.
Nonsense! Like I told you before, you're indispensable.
You're coming on an adventure whether you like it or not, bunny boy.
They're strong, aye, but strangers to our land. They need someone to guide them, to point out the dangers and spare them grisly deaths. I can't think of anyone better suited to that task than you. What's more, despite your assertions, I know you haven't given up on the City of Gold.
Pegged.
As I recall, Kryl, you were the first to state your desire to visit Tural.
Perhaps I was. Still, I can't help but worry about being away just when our order is beginning to find its feet again.
It took 10 years for the students of Baldessian to get back on their feet again?
You have nothing to worry about. I haven't forgotten how you held the fort while I set off to explore Alzadal's legacy. It's only fair that I return the favor. Pray, leave the students to Ojika and me.
But, Raha...
You want to retrace your grandfather's steps, don't you? This is a rare opportunity, and I insist that you seize it.
She's gonna cry.
Thank you, Raha. Thank you.
Well, looks like it's settled. I'm counting on you all to help me win the throne.
I suppose now is a good time to show you what I spent a small fortune on at the Agora.
Graha is definitely a fucking male waff.
There.
The extended map.
This, my friends, is the latest map of the world, created to celebrate our friendship with the Loporrits. Cast your eyes west of Sharlayan, for there it lies. The site of your next great adventure, Tural.
Okay, so there's Kozama Uka there. Let's see, the jungle area there, to the Yolol there, Shaluani there, Yasulani there, and Loazani Heta to the east, which would leave Solution 9 right around there. And that's that for Endwalker. Oh, that is some good Alpha Note art. After this, might as well go ahead and do the Hildebrand quest since I'm behind on those too. God, that Alize art is good. 2.5 months. God, this wait is gonna be torture. Kryl with Yagrush, even though she's not a white mage anymore. Oh my god, that is so good. I want the high-res versions of these artworks. Pistola. Estinium. God, his face looks like it's sculpted from marble. Thankfully, I'm not really much of a Souls-like player, so I don't really have to rush through the Elden Ring DLC. I just get to wait in constant agony for a week until Dawn Trail drops the next week. Holy hell, Rianjay! Whoever drew these artworks is on some shit! Jataru? Xenos is dead, and there's so many plot threads with him still left open. I mean, he kind of died at the edge of the universe, so the chances of him being able to come back seem very, very slim. And the implication was that he was finally able to let go at the end of everything. The only reason we survived at the end of Endwalker is because in an area where Dynamis was so replete throughout the edge of the universe, he wished for us to live on. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited for Dawn Trail and the new battle mechanics they have in mind. Because over the years, fight mechanics in FF14 have gotten a bit samey. Like, you've got your stack markers, you've got your dynamos, you've got your limit cuts, your general cut and copy paste mechanics, and it's gotten very, very stale over time. Thankfully, Yoshida did address this at the PAX reveal, where he said that they are making more interesting mechanics that aren't so stale and overdone. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss Razadhan as a capital city. Definitely one of my favorites up there in capital cities. Music bops too. Oh yeah, that's the mini Atomos Y'shtola built using forbidden dark magic. Forgot about that little instance where she just kind of like, oh yeah, we're gonna need to get into the forbidden section of the library so I can build a mini Eldritch Horde to use as a gate to Super Hell. You don't mind, right? Scormelione. His design in this game was such a glow up. Like, it's embarrassing just how bad his FF4 design is comparatively. Barbaricia, giving her a great sword was such a good choice, and the fact she swings it with her hair is badass. Jump scare elephant lady? Oh, shit, I cannot remember her name off the top of my head. She was the one that gave us the, little scale that protects us from tempering. Absolutely, the hair bodysuit was just god tier design. And the fact it made her look like she had like a really short bob cut when she used her as body armor was also a super good idea. Honestly, I do hope we get to see more of Zero in later expansions and storylines. Feels like such a waste to only have her around for the post-patch content and then never see her again. Cagnazzo. I'm not gonna lie, his design is an upgrade, but his boss fight is such a disappointment. That entire dungeon he's a part of was kind of disappointing, to be honest. Like, the only good thing it really brought to the table was a little bit of extra Reaper lore. What was the name of the Reaper village again inside the mountain? It was like a 3-letter word. Yor, maybe? I think it might have been Yor or something similar. Oh my god, the fucking Hiding remix. I'm absolutely astonished he fucking got Hiding for this remix. The man is a walking meme. Ruby Conte, honestly, he was probably my least favorite trial this expansion, just because of how confusing one mechanic of his in particular was for me. The rotating platforms where he lights a fuse and has it connect to a different fuse when the platform rotates. So you have to predict ahead of time where the fuse is going to go for the explosion. Nidana, that was the elephant lady, yeah. Thancred. The vanilla white boy of the Sans. Honestly, what can he even contribute to the story at this point, really? Like, He's definitely coming to Tyrol with us, judging by the trailer, but I'm not really sure what he could contribute. Like, his whole arc was closed out when Shadowbringers did his thing. Meanwhile, Y'shtola still has yet to have a very good character arc. She's still kind of static and really, really needs some more development. Please, for the love of God, Yoshi, give her something in Dawn Trail. Like, she got the post-patch content this expansion, sure, but even then she felt more like a side character. Because that content was all Zero's stuff. Oh, yeah, the Red Moon theme. One of the many FF4 remixes that this game overused for the Endwalker patch content. I don't think I'll ever be able to listen to the FF4 boss theme ever again after these patches. Oh, we can change the scroll speed? We really need to see more of Reen. I'd like to see more of her in a future plotline too. Her and Guy both. I'm not gonna lie, his hairstyle still looks rather relatively painful to me. I think that's from the part where he brought Ajdaya back from Zeromus, if I remember correctly. Wooklamon, I'm really actually looking forward to the higher quality assets. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to stream like my entire Dawn Trail MSQ experience when that finally drops in about 2.5 months. At least that way, people I know who don't play FF14 get excited for this shit with me. I have not done the 16 collab just yet. I do need to go do that at some point. Though I think I'm going to focus on the Hildebrand stuff for now, because that's actually needed for weapon progression. And I think those weapons are actually best in slot now at this point. I don't remember this scene. I don't remember this scene either. Are these new artwork assets? Okay, I think last time I checked on Hildebrand, it was revealed that his entire family is a descendant of an alien race of superhumans. Honestly, considering the absolute mess Hildebrand's family is, that kind of tracks. May wanna go ahead and get a drink real quick. About 2 minutes and I'll pop right back. Huh, that's weird. Does it just automatically ask if you want to skip the credits now if you just leave it alone for a while? All I did was run to get myself a Diet Pepsi real quick. It's not like I ran to the sun. Strong, scary lady that married him. Who knows where Julian's power come from? The woman's an absolute freak of nature. The woman could probably bring down the sun with the frying pan. The squeaky knot. That is still probably my favorite scene in the entirety of the A Realm Reborn Hildebrand quests. A woman so powerful that she can put the fear of God into the Warrior of Light of all people. Oh, I do hope there's a stinger after these credits, or I'm gonna be so sad. Feature theme, Forged in Crimson, arranged by Kenichi Maya Yamada, also known as Hyodane. I'm curious, where do the new Hildebrand quests start for this patch? Do they still start in Razadhan, or did they get moved somewhere else? Honestly, I could probably just look it up, but I'm fucking lazy, and I really don't feel like doing so. Okay, good to know. That makes things a lot easier. Huh. I'm actually surprised at what a large amount of Chinese and Viet staff this game has for a Japanese-made game. I'm guessing they outsource a lot of the art assets. So yeah, the game testers line there, that's literally all of them. FF14's game testing and quality assurance is all done in-house. None of it is done by public or outsourced people. They're like probably one of the only MMOs that does not rely on their players to beta test stuff. WoW does it, and Guild Wars 2 does it, but FF14 pointedly does not. Seems we're actually getting close to the end of the credits now, at least. Credits released January 2024. So yeah, I'm about 3 months behind on the patch content. Naoki Yoshida, the king himself. Oh. That's depressing. No stinger. Now's a good time to complete the quest at least. Lest you wonder about your passage to Tyrol, Aaronville will arrange a ship through his guild. You need only worry about your own preparations. Speaking of which, please take this with you, a rugged and ready knapsack. May it serve you well on your coming adventures. Now, I'm not sure when departure will be, 2.5 months, but rest assured I'll let you know when I hear something, 2.5 months. Till then, please take your ease, for 2.5 months. This wait is going to fucking kill me, I hate my life. Okay, here's our stinger. Meanwhile, in Limsolo Mensa. Estinian.
When does the next ship set sail?
In 2.5 months.
May
We've
I
been
ask
over
the
this.
destination? The north and east.
Lindolo Mensa.
Seen.
The north and east. To the north and east of Limsa is Ilsabard, isn't it? Why is he going to Ilsabard?
I suppose I'll head west this time.
Okay, so yeah, he's going to Tyrol.
West, you say?
Why is his hairstyle not accessible to players yet? Though I guess I shouldn't complain, since it took literally 7 years for Ardashir's ponytail to become available to players. Yes, you heard that correctly. 7 fucking years. Ah, it's the gay dads.
I see you've made up your mind. I had a feeling you'd be keen.
But to think that our comrades too are thither bound. Fate doth work in mysterious ways.
Indeed. It will be a grueling task, having to contend with them.
So, Urianger and Thancred are on Koana's side of the debate, I'm assuming.
If the prospect doth trouble thee, 'tis not too late to decline the petition. Though thine expression would suggest thou art far from perturbed.
Oh, how could I possibly be, knowing what's to come?
Then let us delay no further and secure passage on a vessel.
Oh, so you two get to go... How dare you? You're getting to go to Tyrol before us.
Aye. This will be a mission to remember.
Are you looking straight at the player, Thancred? Are you doing a fourth wall break right now?
Come, my friend. We make for Tyrol.
They are such gay dads.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Oh, you can't play with my heart like that.
or the treasure islands beyond the frozen waters of Blind Frost in Offerd's north.
Damn it.
The fabled golden cities of the New World.
The fact you knew about this, Emmett, tells me that you are responsible for Solution 9. Weigh anchor now, the tide is high, and dawn of new adventure nigh. Row forth to break horizon's bond, and tread the gilded path beyond. Okay, so that's the end of patch story stuff, which means Rosenhan for Hildebrand shit. Because I need better weapons, and my shit sucks. Of duplicity and duplication, I would assume that's the Hildebrand shit. God, this place is still as cluttered as ever. Surprised this place is still so crowded, given it's the dead end of an expansion. Delion is ready to embark on his latest investigation. Ah, Cowrie, you're just in time to assist my latest fact-finding expedition, says the writer of a tabloid magazine. Our recent foray into Charlene revealed that Poo-Poo's friend was in the company of a Haunish alchemist, yes? As such, I was inspired to do some preliminary legwork here in Thavnir. I contacted my usual sources for local sightings of alien phenomena, but alas, they had none to share. I have thus switched tactics and decided to track down this alchemist fellow instead. Surely someone will have heard the tale of an apothecary bold enough to set up shop on a Garlean battlefield. Are we going to get involved with Ardashir again? Like, he was responsible for one of the last relic quest lines, so him being involved here would make sense. The Inspector and the others have been pursuing a similar line of inquiry, yet have found no leads here in the city or at the Great Work. I believe they've moved their investigation to Yedlima, so I suggest we hurry over and join them. I cannot have that little blue man muddying the waters when we're so close to grasping his master plan. Speak with Hildebrand and Yedlima. Go. Wart, my dude. Brandehild, I forgot that he was called that. This port town would be an excellent place to analyze global trading trends. What about Poo-Poo? Oh, my friend is an exceptional individual, capable of astounding feats that I could never accomplish without the help of my starship's equipment. What about Nashu? What else can you tell us about your long-lost comrade, Master Poo-Poo? I see the two of you are as eager as ever to observe my inspectorial genius at work. Ah, the long-term fans are often the most ardent. We've put up with you for 10 years, what's another 10? As a matter of fact, we were just about to continue our investigation of the alchemist we know to have been traveling with Master Poo-Poo's comrade. I mean, that is to say, I'm really following in the Inspector's wake. You needn't be so modest, my dear Inspector Brandehild. 'Tis wrong of me to comport myself as an equal to you all in any respect, for I am but a copy, and a flawed one at that. Stuff and nonsense. Cloak or not, self-deprecation is unbecoming in a Manderville man. Exactly, the things you can do are amazing. Oh, I don't know about that. 'Twas you who saved Cowrie from certain doom, was it not? While not quite as alacritous as mine, your rapid reasoning is nevertheless quite effective. 'Tis kind of you to accept me, rough edges and all. I only hope my meager contributions are of some small assistance. Too modest by half. I'd say his mental faculties far surpass those of the original, as if that weren't clear. That's enough chin-wagging amongst ourselves, I think. Let us spread out and learn what the locals know of this adventurous apothecary. So we've got townspeople to chitter-chatter with. The Yedley Maw fisherman. What you gotta say to me? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, baby! Yes, I know the one of whom you speak. A fellow fisherman told me of a friend of his, an apothecary who set off for war-torn Garlemald to sell his medicines. A reckless fool, if you ask me. I have no interest in the affairs of such men, but you do, I take it? If so, I suggest you head to Usakea and hear the tale for yourself. Look for a red-haired lad there for gathering shellfish. I want to say I could probably just ride the wolf over there. Make things so much easier. Do I know any apothecaries? Rosathan? Of course, more than I can count. I've not heard tell of anyone peddling such goods in the heart of the Empire, though. Seems like a terrible idea to me, what with civil war raging and the world almost ending. The situation's improved in recent days, but even so, the Radiant Host still provides security for cargo shipments. A lone merchant trading there alone? Impossible. Okay, where's our next dude? That's not working at all. Hold on. Other side of the building, I assume. Yep, there he is. I know of many merchants who travel abroad to ply their wares, but none who have business in Garlemald. You have to be mad or desperate indeed to consider setting up shop in that troubled land. I mean, word is we signed some kind of trade agreement with the Garleans, but it's still not the kind of place where one simply wanders in and opens a street stall. So, speak to Hildebrand again here in the corner by the Aetherat. Do y'all have any new dialogue? Inspector Brandehild, a blocky man of quality, the woman's asleep. How fare your inquiries? Guess he managed to pull some info out of someone. Ah, Cowrie, I hope your questioning has borne fresher fruit than mine. We'll take that as a no. Oh, a good friend of the alchemist in question, you say? Let us gather the troops and pay a visit to this felicitous fisherman. Where's Usakea again? Oh, we just gonna make me wander over there then. That works. The story of my apothecary friend. Oh, you was being Baharasov. Well, I was near enough to calling it a day anyway, so here's what I can tell you. Baharasov comes from a very poor family, and growing up never had much in the way of money or possessions. I suppose those experiences are what led to his lifelong obsession with gaining wealth. After trying his hand at a succession of trades, he decided alchemy would earn him the most skill, but his stock never sold as well as he'd hoped. So when he heard about the internal strife in Garlemald, he saw it as a golden opportunity. Surely the middle of a war was the best place to sell medicines. That seems very underhanded and kind of dirty. More like the best place for near-death experiences. He soon gave up on his Garlemald venture, but while one would have expected him to return lamenting his ill fortune, Baharasov was practically euphoric when I saw him again. A God's given blessing he'd found in the snowfields had given him much cause to celebrate. He said he'd learned how to create gold. Okay, so we're going into that kind of alchemy now, are we? I must admit, I laughed at first, but then he showed me a gleaming mountain of the stuff, enough to proclaim himself a merchant prince. He even changed his name to Von Hudi, a word which brings to mind the bounty of the Divan. So he's grown arrogant. A name I have heard. He's the rising star in the markets, is he not? The one snapping up commercial ventures left and right? Yes, Von Hudi has certainly made his ambitions known here in Thafnir, especially when he attempted to purchase the entire port of Yedlima. The dockmasters declined to sell, of course, but when it comes to buying historic landmarks, a bottomless purse can open surprising doors. Last I heard, he'd converted the Gilded Aria into a private abode, and has since been filling it with every rare treasure his gold can secure. He pays out particularly large sums for artworks depicting the goddess Asura. I remember him being a fervent worshipper of hers, even as a child. I fucking knew the Asura trial would be linked to the Hildebrand shit. It's weapon-themed, and it's the only storyline it could fit. I've encountered such minutiae in Mirgil lore and Rasad Han, yet I recall no mention of this Asura. Well, that's hardly surprising. As a deity of war, she is not well loved by the common folk. Baharasov is different, though. He sees life as a constant battle to amass wealth, and it is to Asura whom he prays for victory. So his bullshit's gonna end up creating a primal for us to fuck off with. And damn me if she didn't listen. That once poor boy became merchant royalty, a man far too rich and important now to afford more than a fleeting moment for simple fishermen, even those who were once dear friends. If you'll excuse me, I really must leave it at that. These claims won't sell themselves, you know. How about that, eh? Our sought-after apothecary and the upstart merchant prince were one and the same. Might we assume the blessing he stumbled upon in Garlemald was a certain alien craft in its occupant? Sorry to intrude, but aren't you the hero who helped us when folk were turning into beasts? That would be me, my dude. Well, some nasty-looking creature just showed up outside town. One of our guards went to confront it, but I don't like her odds against that thing. This sounds like a case for Inspector Hildebrand. Come, friend, let us investigate forthwith. Who the fuck is that? The little... Is that the little Lalafell stalker that follows Noshu around all over the world? Please say, what the hell is that? Luke, what the fuck did you do? I thought you destroyed that monster. I have the situation under control, citizens. This individual bears a strong resemblance to a known fugitive, so I thought it prudent to investigate. Regrettably, he has proven less than forthcoming with answers. How many times must we teach you the same lessons, shiny skull man? Lesson? What are you on about? Super Luge. Bah, cease this babbling and get out of my way. Lord Von Hudi's orders are to cause trouble at the port, and I'm running behind schedule. Von Hudi, the merchant who tried to buy Yedlima, so he put you up to this? Curses, how did you manage to deduce our dastardly plan? You kinda put it out there for the world to hear, hon. You blurted it out. Silence! No one who learns of our scheme can be suffered to live. Prepare to be squashed, meddlesome worms. Yeah, that's Godbrand for you. Why are there so many of them? 3 more sinister skullmen. Was the doctor a quadruplet? Julian! What is Julian doing here? Mother! Vexatious vermin, this will soften you up. Did he just slide it across the ground like a fucking... Bah! A lucky hit. That's another one. Oh shit! A goblin! Oh no. Not this again! One last pitch. Why would anyone need a frying pan that big? Unlimited heavy hitter special. But that was my fastball! Anime sparkle. Seems Team Rocket has blasted off once more. I've come to expect Father's sudden appearances, but what brings you here, Mother? A proposition from that merchant Von Hootie, as a matter of fact. I'm accompanying your dad as a manager for Manderville and Manderville, and we were just on our way to the bloke's mansion. I've already refused Master Von Hootie once before when he tried to bow to a commercial empire. How the fuck did he get that kind of money? This time, however, the deal concerns offloading a quantity of gold at wholesale prices. 'Tis quite an attractive offer considering fine jewelry is our stock in trade, and we thought to at least listen to his proposal. But he would purposely command his lackeys to disturb the peace of a public port. We can't do business with a thug like that. Absolutely not. Where did all those lackeys come from in the first place? Is there a hulking, weaponized brute manufactory around here somewhere? The alien replicator on the starship, of course! As I suspected, my ship's vaporization beam is configured to expunge only replicated matter. So you can copy inorganic materials as well. How interesting. Once the matter duplication facility has analyzed an object's molecular structure, it can generate any number of copies. Yet it cannot create matter from nothing. A requisite supply of ether must be on hand to facilitate the process. So it works on the same process as summoning a primal, though instead of faith, it uses science. Oh, you sure do know a lot about a lot, Inspector Brandehild, even alien starships. I mean, he was kind of made by a starship. 'Tis no great achievement, as I've mentioned. The gaps in my knowledge were patched with data from the starship's own archives, which included the vessel's full schematics and functions. Assuming I understand this correctly, is it possible Von Hootie is using the repaired alien craft to replicate piles and piles of fucking course? We share the same suspicion, Master DeLion. To my knowledge, no other method exists that can reliably produce precious metals. But if he's using the replicator device to make lots and lots of gold, wouldn't that mean he's using up tons and tons of ether to make it as well? That being the case, one might further assume that Von Hootie is either threatening or deceiving Master Pupa's comrade in order to gain access to the vessel's superior technology. Our course of action is clear. We march right up to this gold spawner's front door and demand the release of his extraterrestrial hostage. Let's go beat the fuck out of a rich dude. Julian? Good to see you, Curry, and good to see you're still keeping company with our darling boy. That blocky lad a new friend of yours? Smooth off the edges and he'd be the spitting image of our Hildy. I was hesitant to put stock in the unsavory rumors I'd heard, but this unprovoked attack on the port would seem to be incontrovertible proof of Von Hootie's villainy. What you got to say? The Inspector's mother is as monstrously strong as the Manderville men, except that doesn't make any sense. All this talk of threats and deceit has me worried. I'm given to understand that, while identical in appearance, the craft belonging to Master Pupa's comrade is equipped with more advanced technology. That was a smashing hit, Kaori! We must confront this malicious merchant at once. If your heart's set on confrontation, then you may as well come with us. Von Hootie's invitation included a private airship flight to his new estate. Aye, we still need to formally reject his deal anyways, and his pilot will be waiting. Gentlemen at heart, Godbert is ready to lead you to Von Hootie's waiting pilot. Shall we be on our way? We're to meet Von Hootie's pilot atop the rise just out the Kajaya's footsteps. Put me on the wolf. Kajaya's footsteps is slightly to the north around where the cliff is. On the overlook looking at the jungle, I'd assume. What's up, bruh? Lord Godbert, Lady Julian. And entourage? Pray excuse our presumptuousness. My son and his companions insisted they come along. Desperate as they were to meet with the illustrious Master Von Hootie. I see. One moment, if you please. He fucking knows. Lord Von Hootie should be glad to welcome you all to his home. Pray step aboard and I shall take you there directly. This is a fucking trap. That's one of the soul chambers from Garlemald. Welcome, honored guests, to my humble abode. I trust the view is to your liking. Since you traveled all the way from distant Ul'dah, a pleasant backdrop to our talks was the least I could provide. You took a soul engine from Garlemald. And what an unexpected boon this is. I'd been debating when to extend you a personal invitation, but now here you are, like a wish come true. Save your act for the magistrates, Von Hooty. We know the secret of your ill-gotten gold. You will cease this exploitation of alien technology and release your hostage into the care of Master Poo-Poo at once. Unraveled all my schemes, have you? Good. I needn't waste my breath on tedious explanations, then. Just gonna carry that villain card there, I see. This is Master Poo-Poo, I presume. I do have his fellow alien here with me, yes. As for exploiting their technology, I freely admit to duplicating a quite frankly obscene amount of gold. But that was merely the beginning. Dude, please, your beard, it's almost offensive to look at. Imagine making copy after copy of the deadliest weapons in existence. Would not the world itself be yours for the taking? Let's get straight to the point. I want you at my side. With the vaunted Warrior of Light as the template for my clone army, we could conquer this and every other land in creation. Dude, you're a fucking menace. I refuse, categorically and emphatically. A pity. Yet I anticipated you would prove an impediment to my ascension. Yes, it seems the time has come to test Lugay's ritual of manifestation. So you're going to use the Garlean Soul Engine to summon Asura. All was prepared in advance of your coming. This tower holds not only mundane treasures, but also caches of crystals. As for the requisite congregation of worshippers, well, I had to but to clone myself. After all, who is more devoted to my cause and my goddess than me? Where did you get that button? Divine Asura, take up thy blaze and wage war upon mine earthly rival. Nay, Hildebrand. Against the primal, we may be more hindrance than help. We dare not remain within its sphere of influence. Best of luck, my friend. I must make a gentlemanly withdrawal. Oh jeez. Guess we're queuing up for, battle content now. Really? They couldn't even bother giving her her own boss theme? They just reused the FF4 boss theme? That's lame as hell. The Gilded Aria now accessible. Alright, trials, clear selection, the Gilded Aria. Oh shit. Should be enough to survive a trial at least. "12 minutes, are you serious? What's the eye level requirement for this plot?" 625. My astrologian could. Dang, this arena's tricked out though. Oh, we've got more people popping in already. Q faster! Give me healers and give me tanks. I want to throw rings at this bitch. For the record, I'm going into this fight completely blind. I have seen nothing regarding it. So if I die, it's not my fault. 15 minutes, are you serious? I guess I could just teleport and get my shit repaired real quick. I'll be thrown back into the instance anyway when the battle starts. Fix mine shit. My Reaper stuff good at the moment. Yep, still good on that front. And samurai stuff. I do need to practice the samurai rotation again. I think I've completely forgotten it in the interim. Dancer stuff right here. What have we got in terms of weapons? Majestic Manderville shotguns. Hard pressed to decide which weapon I want to upgrade first, to be honest. Sleepy. I want to get a drink real quick. My throat hurts from talking. Did the timer just go up again? The timing on that cackle was uncanny. good. I mean, I suppose I could... Oh, it's popped. Goody goody. False minutia, Asura. Who should I link up to? Definitely the machinist.
I am Asura, and on battle I thrive.
Why would you link to my dance partner? Are you insane? You saw that I was linked to that machinist, and yet still you decided to defy common sense. Other dancers, I swear.
Will you dance, or will you bleed?
This is why I can't stand getting dancers and pugs.
The prayers shall fall.
Always pull this garbage.
You've not time to
Oh, for
bleed.
God's sake!
Tremble before the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war. The spirit of battle awakens. Dark is the lesson. The weak shall perish. Hear the gleaming edge.
I'm completely unfamiliar with how this spot works.
Unmerciful light shine upon you. Behold the sixfold blade.
Oh.
Fury be my strength.
My dude? My man? My bruh? Why would you res the bard? Raising the bard over raising the dancer is like one of the worst possible decisions
Show
you
me
can
your
make.
steel.
After this bullshit close out.
Spirit of battle awakens. Dark six-fold blade.
Oh no. Oh no.
The face of battle is ever-changing. Joyful is your downfall.
Oh, I've got the blue face.
I will scatter your bones. Will you dance or will you bleed? You've not time to blink.
Ephemerality.
Show me your steel.
Blade scatter.
The trail shall fall.
Cutting jewel.
The spirit of battle awakens. Unmerciful light.
Iconography
shine
blade
upon you.
was.
Show me your steel.
On execution. And it's done. Alright, I'm out. Good show, Kaori. 'Twould seem you thoroughly trounced that pesky Prommel. And even as we speak, Mother and Father should be informing the Radiant Host of that despicable Von Hootie's wrongdoings. Looks to me like he's running away. The Divine Asura defeated. Turn the wheel. We flee for now. Oh, Poo-Poo ain't putting up with that. Who is flying the starship without my permission? That treasure is mine and mine alone. You called your vessel, Master Poo-Poo? No, I did not. It's my friend's ship. You're about to get fucking jacked by an alien. Oh, it's Poo-Poo Platter. I think you just fucking killed a dude, my man. There's two of them. Two squishies. At last, the moment of sweet reunion is at hand. I feel like this isn't gonna go well. I'm so relieved to see you safe. Likewise, my friend. But why did you open fire on the airship? Didn't that man help you after your crash? He did, at first. He pulled me from the wreckage and saw to it that my vessel was repaired. So in return, I replicated whatever trinket he desired and taught him the basics of starship technology. But that resolved to be a terrible error in judgment. Well, I mean, yeah, that seems like it went pretty badly. When I was infected by one of the star's unique pathogens, he took the advantage of my weakness. Oh, so you caught the, Aetheris flu. He seized my ship, flew me out to the jungle, and there left me to die. He did fucking what? Slowly, agonizingly, I was able to synthesize a cure for my affliction. And then I came back to reclaim my property. The experience has led to me to conclude that dominant sentient life forms here are dull-witted, cruel, and entirely unsuited to peaceful cohabitation. Oh, this is not gonna go well. We must launch a full-scale invasion. It is the only way to guarantee our survival. No, they are not all like that. These ones have been nothing but kind to me. Oh yes, they're all smiles until they laser you in the back. We have to strike first before they show their true colors. What are you doing? What? What the fuck? Oh no! What have you done? Oh, that's not good. The ship's reactor core has been breached. If it explodes, everyone in the vicinity will be atomized. And we're all in the vicinity! The thinky chair. Think, damn it, think! If I'm to stop the explosion, I need to traverse the considerable distance to the starship. But I can conceive of no logical solution. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna get heel slung. Inspector Brandehild, you must employ my father's mighty moves to propel me to the vessel. I too have calculated that Lord Godbert's signature techniques are our only means of achieving sufficient propulsion. That is definitely the heel sling. Yet there is a flaw in your proposal. I lack the strength to properly perform the throw, and have no time to teach you the starship's controls. Inspector Hildebrand, it is you who must fling me. Jesus Christ. Did they seriously animate that? Skyward, as only a Manderville can! Oh no! I lost my grip. Given my trajectory and velocity, the correct shift in posture should generate enough lift and precessional motion to... Yes, I can still make it. He's gonna fucking boomerang. ejection button is just balloons. Oh boy. Tis too late. The reactor is going critical. There's only one way to save the day. Heroic sacrifice time. Inspector Brandehild! Our brief time together was more than any defective clone could ask for. Be well, my friends. Holy hell, that's a fucking Ultima spell level of carnage. Is this case closed for Inspector Brandehild? Nay, my loyal assistant. As a chip off the old gentleman, our dear Brandehild has surely survived to tell the tale. I mean, Hildebrand survived worse. We shall see him again, mark my words. You're going to jail! That's how you know that this is a fantasy game, because a capitalist is actually seeing consequences for their actions. You rescued me, even though I tried to incinerate you with high-intensity plasma blasts. Even at the cost of one of your own. If only I could make amends and earn your forgiveness, but alas. There is naught to forgive. With his blocky constitution, Inspector Brandehild will be just fine, I assure you. As a friend of Master Poo-Poo, you are a friend of ours. And what are a few minor plasma burns among friends, eh? Our home planet. It was lost to the phenomenon you call the final days. We survived only because we were away exploring the cosmos at the time, so Meteon got to you all too. Our explorations, which had heretofore served no purpose but curiosity, shifted to a search for safe haven. We visited countless stars, but all had succumbed to the same insidious ruin as our own. God damn, Meteon, how many stars did you ruin? Growing desperate, we decided to settle on any suitable refuge we could find, whether it was populated or not. If the native beings were hospitable, we could live peacefully alongside them. If not, then we were prepared to proclaim a new home by force. So it was that I arrived at your miraculous planet. Lulled by the apparent absence of a metaphysical chaos, I blundered into a mundane war zone, where I was promptly shot out of the sky. The rest you already know. Having fallen behind during our search, I hurried here when my communications received no answer. That was when I met you, Inspector Hildebrand. Those touched by the despair of the final days are reduced to beasts. Given our savage willingness to invade your star, it would seem that, in a sense, we fell prey to that despair after all. Fortunately, my encounter with you generous people brought me to my senses, an outcome for which I am profoundly grateful. That said, there is nowhere else for us to go. Would it be too much to ask for us to live here on your star? Well, of course you must stay. Babies. And I suspect you'll be wishing to repair your damaged vessel. Oh no. Are you serious? Mommy! Oh, Inspector, not again. Wait for me! Never a dull moment around our Hildebrand. At least we needn't worry if the ship crashes, not with an impervious Mandervillian on board. Ah, funny you should mention that. Upon reviewing the Manderville family tree, it was made clear that a lord without heirs of his own passed the name to an adopted child several generations ago. So, you're not aliens? Are you saying that you and your son are not direct descendants of Godbrand, the alien progenitor of the Manderville line? Then how do you explain your unnatural sturdiness? When it comes to building strength and perfecting gentlemanly technique, 'tis not one's lineage which matters, but rather the unbending conviction within one's heart. Though Godbrand's bloodline be broken, House Manderville shall live on through us. If the begoggled boy can't swallow that explanation, I've also heard talk of some unseen power driven by feelings and emotions. Could be that you and Hildy have tapped into that cosmic essence. Okay, so they're Dynamis wielders. Oh ho ho! If that's the case, then you must be positively swimming in it, my dear. Oh no. You're a dead man. Prepare to die. Every thing appears to be under control here, so let us return to the city, shall we? Ah, once more do I find myself hurtling at superlative speed towards an unknown destination. Another day, another thrilling case for Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. So, where to now? What should I drop from my inventory? Something that doesn't matter. I mean, the only thing here that could count is this stupid thing. Thanks to an enlightening conversation with Master Poo-Poo on the way back, I believe I have the answers required to proceed with our weaponsmithing project. About time. I trust the endeavor yet holds your interest. Pray inform Master Gerald of your willingness to assist, and my hammer and I shall make all haste to the High Crucible. And with that, I bid you good day. Thank y'all for looking out for my beloved son. I'm sure him and the blocky lad will be back for more cases before you know it. You've gone above and beyond for us, Calorie, so I'd like you to have the one replicated starship we made. It doesn't have the duplication facility or other such technology on board, but it will carry you through the skies. Use this key to call on it whenever you wish. So we get the poo-poo UFO as a mount. As for the two of us, we've decided to get to know our new home better by embarking on a journey of exploration. And so this is where we must say our farewells. Thank you for everything. We are fortunate indeed to have met you. The Waddle Babies. It seems Poo-Poo wasn't planning an invasion after all. He even tried to stop his friend from launching an attack. I'm calling an end to this investigation, Kaori. Your unfailing support during the entire ordeal has been most appreciated. Thanks to you, I was able to observe the inner workings of Charlian, and even traveled to the surface of the moon in search of the truth. And when my own conspiracies threatened to blind me, you were there to open my eyes to the true shape of things. But this world yet harbors its share of the strange and the inexplicable, not the least of which is the source of Hildebrand's impossible physiology. If not an alien, then mayhaps he's the product of a hyper-advanced civilization from the distant past, the descendant of some gruesome biological experiment. Someone needs to plumb the depths of these unexplained phenomena, and I am the very man for the job. Whatever you say, tabloid writer. Are you seriously telling me I need to throw away something else? I'm going to throw you in a hole. I do not need that. Koji, you motherfucker. Koji. Hildebrand will return? I mean, I'd say so, considering they kind of announced that at the I think TGS. It was little stalker motherfucker. I knew I saw him earlier in Yedley Maw. My dude, get help. Nashu is not interested in you. Did you just pick up a bundle of leaves? Oh, it's Brandyhild. Jesus Christ. So now I'm looking in the tombstone department. I have enough to make one weapon. First, I have to go talk Resonating with Perfection in the little quest there. About Kimia. We'll do it on Samurai. Let's do it as a Samurai. I hear Godbert's finally figured out how to perfect his alien weaponry. About bleeding time, eh? We shall inform his lordship that you are eager to begin. At long last, Kaori, the end to our arduous yet most rewarding weaponsmithing journey is finally in sight. And a bloody expensive journey it's been. That's why I'm not as a dutiful wife or doting mother, but as a concerned senior partner of Manderville and Manderville. Our company's footed the bill for all sorts of extravagant materials and expert assistance. Not to mention the rent we're paying for these hot crucible facilities. Even if this is the final stage of the process, it's only one Manderville weapon out of how sod many? Our side business in replica weapons ain't exactly booming either, so I reckon I needed to come engage the value of continuing this venture with my own two eyes. So let us offer our full cooperation to my business partner as she oversees proceedings. Now there's a sight. Seems his lordship's lost his cocksure composure. What happened, Godbert? Weren't you just telling me how your ridiculous wealth made you free to craft whatever you pleased? I'd be on my best behavior if I were you, Master Gerald. After all, your considerable remuneration is one of the main expenditures Lady Julian will be scrutinizing. Let us move on to the topic of armament augmentation, shall we? Unsurprisingly, the key to perfected weaponry lies in the application of the perfect oil, a substance known as Ultra Manderville. This superlative lubricant will serve to maximize ethereal conductivity. Again with the creepy oils. And as one might have predicted, the Ultra Manderville's main ingredient is derived from yet another incredibly rare meteoritic material. Cosmic crystallite, 'tis called. When it came to the method for extracting said ingredient from the meteorite, however, my ancestor's relic was conspicuously devoid of instruction. Thus did I consult with Master Poo-Poo. Thanks to his encyclopedic knowledge of alien civilizations, he was able to furnish me with the requisite technique. I must say, 'tis a rather unorthodox process and one I cannot complete alone. It shall necessitate the involvement of everyone present. I don't like the sound of that. What foppish nonsense are you meaning to foist upon us this time? Oh, nothing too terribly taxing, I assure you. All shall be explained in due course, so this is a trap. Ere we can begin, we must tend to the tedious chore of procuring crafting materials. Kaori, if you would pray acquire the crystallite through our usual tombstone hungry vendor. We shall require 3 goodly chunks, one for the oil's main ingredient, and the others to reshape the weaponry itself. Yes, I should warn you that these advanced Mandervillian techniques will not only enhance your armament's properties, but also greatly alter its appearance. In anticipation of such wondrous transformation, let us hurry to our tasks. Which just boils down to buy 3 chunks of rock for 500 tomestones a pop. Chunks of cosmic crystallite can be obtained from Jabruna, blah blah, typical Endwalker relic nonsense. So, back to here. But first I want to use these. Jabrona is over here. Cosmic Crystallite, 3. Oh, I've got to unequip the relic first. That's nice. Where's... Take that. We'll look at them shiny rocks. Aye, these ought to do the trick. I'll grab his lordship and we can get to work. Make my sword. Thank you for your untiring efforts, Kaori. These acquisitions are most demanding, I know, but we could not proceed without them. Crystallite of this type is said to have mystical properties. Its every mote infused with ether from its journey across the cosmos. We will use Godbrand's technique to harness and condense that cosmic energy that we may extract a single concentrated drop. This precious liquid is the heart and soul of our Ultramanderville coating. Well, that's bloody fascinating and all, but would you explain the goddamn technique already? You mean to have us fighting this time? Meditating? Dancing, my good man! We shall perform the traditional house of Dance Manderville together. I feel you, Gerald. I feel you so hard. In his search for a viable method, Godbrand failed to extract the crystallized ethereal essence innumerable times. Frustrated beyond measure, he eventually contacted a friend on a far-off star to ask for advice. Thus did he learn the theory of compressing the crystallite stored energy by bombarding it with a specific etheric waveform, much like squeezing a lemon. An inspired Godbrand then returned to work, where he experimented with generating waveforms through physical movement. One particular choreography provided the perfect resonance, and lo, the trademark Manderville undulations were born. Oh, and as it so happens, the far-off star in question was the homeworld of our own Master Poo-Poo. 'Twas his keen eye that recognized the familiar resonant properties of our gentlemanly dance and allowed us to rediscover the extraction process. Dress it up in fancy words all you want, but I ain't swallowing this ridiculous shite. Think you can extract mineral essence with your daft dancing? Count me out. I've come in a strictly observational role, so no dancing for me neither. If you both so wish, we shall perform the extraction without you. What do you mean, we? As for you, Kaori, your role shall be most crucial. I should like you to hold the crystallite and catch the quintessence as it falls. Do the thing, you fucking weirdo. You see? Load of chocobo shite. The dance lacks sufficient intensity. Oh, for the love of fun. She's blushing. You gotta catch the rock droplet, my dude. He is not gonna do the thing. It's bloody magical. The resonance, 'tis still not strong enough. Oh my god. Geralt of all people. This is so fucking goofy. Yes! Give me the weapon driblet. All this for a fucking sword. Huzzah! Our combined performance did the trick. Master Geralt and I will take it from here. Let us prepare the vial of Ultra Manderville and proceed with the final augmentations. Aye, you're about to witness the peak of craftsmanship. Now we apply the Ultra Manderville coating. As with the prior stage, the final composition of the oil's ingredients will greatly influence the armament's properties. I shall need you to take a moment and consider well which qualities you value most in your weaponry. Just... we want lots of crit. For the next, we want direct hit. And for the last, we want determination. Damn, it's a nice little ring effect. Behold, Cowrie, the work is done. The perfected art of dedicated artisans. A Mandervillis samurai blade. The beauteous, tangible reward for all of our toil and sacrifice. It's a grand sight, alright. Fighting mammoths, drinking weird booze, and dancing weirder jigs is an odd, bloody way to forge a weapon. But you can't argue with the end result. There is, in fact, one other favorable consequence to finishing our project. My family's relic contains what appears to be a lock for cording, and if what Master Poo-Poo tells me is correct, our completed Manderville weaponry should serve as the key to opening it. Shall we give it a try? Ah, excellent. 'Twould seem the relic has responded to your armament. Let us commence the viewing. If you are watching this recording, then I must assume you have successfully brought the Mandible weaponry to its completed state. Allow me, then, to share some of the philosophy that went into the weaponry's creation. As I explained in my previous story, the many worlds upon which we Mandervillians resided were laid to waste by an inexplicable catastrophe. The final days, one must imagine. Peace reigns upon this star for now, but we can never know when or what manner of chaos might threaten our tranquil lives. Thus did I endeavor to forge armaments with the power to repel any threat, no matter how dire. However, in the wrong hands, such powerful weapons may exacerbate the very problem they were created to resolve. Sadly, my long search for worthy wielders, those possessed of both martial excellence and unyielding moral fortitude, has failed. I'm left with no choice but to destroy my triumphant works. That explains how you lost the originals, eh? In the hopes that a deserving hero will one day emerge, I have decided to leave the secrets of their manufacture to my heirs. By necessity, the process must be rendered cryptic, lest these potent armaments be too readily attained. The fact that you are watching this proves that you had the wisdom to pierce my elaborate obfuscations and the discipline to retrace the grueling steps of my smithing saga. I have faith in your judgment. Do what is just, and entrust the Mandible weaponry to those who champion the ideals of peace. Of course he ends it on that note, because he's a fucking Manderville. Whew. How gratifying to know that my motives were aligned with those of my ancestors. 'Twas my own experience of the final days which moved me to recreate the Mandible weapons and put them in heroic hands such as yours. And 'tis more gratifying still that we should succeed in the task which Godbrand himself set for his descendants. I thank you all for your valuable contributions. I'll admit, it was a bit of a shock to hear we was crafting alien designs, but you hired the right smith for the job. You know the job isn't over yet, yes? There are still many weapon variants we have left to reforge. I know, don't get your bloody small clothes in a twist. I'll stick around until the last blow is hammered. For the extraction of the Ultra Manderville essence, I must ask that you call upon the assistance of the High Crucible Alchemists. It matters not who performs the dance, as long as they do so with gentlemanly perfection and aplomb. It's clear to me now that the Manderville weapons are more than just a pet project. They're an investment in the future of our world. You have me permission to keep them on the books as an official Manderville and Manderville enterprise. Oh ho ho, that is a relief. 'Twould be difficult to cover these expenses with my weekly entertainment budget. Your wife gives you an allowance. With that settled, we continue as before. Our most excellent House Manderville artisan shall hand a request to perfect other weapons in your possession. Meanwhile, our resident expert alchemist will assist with adjusting weapon properties, assuming you supply the requisite crystallite, of course. All in all, this has been a most satisfying experience. My thanks again, and I look forward to our next mutually beneficial encounter. that is the end of that. Let's see how the weapon looks in action. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Shimmers real good. What are the base weapon damage? 132. I'll level 665. Jesus. Well, I do believe that's all the content I can really catch up on for now, so I guess that's where I'll end the stream for the moment. To those who stopped by, thanks for coming, and I'll see you again next time.